My name is Anne McKenzie, and today I will be going through a tour of my classroom website. So this is my homepage, and I start by welcoming the students and parents to my site, and I explain to them that the purpose of the site, and how it's meant to help their children succeed in my classes by providing helpful resources and tools for their students to succeed. And then I include all my main pages linked onto my homepage here as well. So we'll start with chemistry. And here I explained that they can click on each of the technology tools and resources listed in order to help them learn in chemistry. So the three I have listed here are Khan Academy, PHET Interactive Simulations, and the Concord Consortium. Let's start with Khan Academy. So here I just explain what Khan Academy is, and that the students can click on the links below in order to take them to different resources that Khan Academy offers for each of these topics of chemistry, as shown here. So if we go on atoms, compounds, and ions, it'll take us to a page that shows the different lessons and videos and practice problems that are offered through Khan Academy based on this topic here. And then we can also click on the interactive simulations. It also explains what PHET Interactive Simulations is and what they offer. And I have the different simulations for each subtopic here in chemistry that the students can click on. So if we click on atomic interactions, it'll take us to a page where the students can go through a simulation of atomic interactions. They can download the simulation and then conduct it on their own free time. And then I also have the Concord Consortium. I explain what the Concord Consortium is, and then I give 3 different simulations that the students can go through on their own, because the Concord Consortium offers the same sort of things that the PHET Interactive Simulations does. So for instance, if we go on Atom and Ion Builder, it'll take us directly to the simulation itself, where we can add protons and electrons in order for students to play around with the different kinds of atoms that can be made. And then my physics page is basically the exact same thing as my chemistry page. It has the exact same resources here. Everything's the same, except that there are going to be physics topics within these pages instead of chemistry subtopics like in my chemistry page. So for instance, I just clicked on my Khan Academy page for physics, and I have all these physics subtopics listed instead of the chemistry ones. So for instance, if I click on one-dimensional motion, it'll take you to a direct link to the Khan Academy page for one-directional motion and give a bunch of practice problems and video lessons for this subtopic in physics. And the same goes for the PHET Interactive Simulations in the Concord Consortium. It offers a bunch of links to simulations, but it involves physics subtopics instead of chemistry subtopics. And then we have my tech tools section. I have 9 tech tools listed here. I'm going to go through 4 of them though. So the first tech tool I'm going to go through is Powtoon. And the way that I have this set up is that I explain what the tech tool is, how it can be used in my profession, its strengths and weaknesses, an example of my sample project and why I conducted the project and what my project's about, and then the ISTE technology standards that I exhibited while creating this presentation. So for instance, I say that Powtoon is a free animation tool that can create engaging information-based video presentations. I offer some of the uses of Powtoon, like introducing myself to the class as a teacher and giving lessons in a creative way. Some of the strengths are that it's visually appealing, has many different themes, can facilitate creativity, and so on. And the weaknesses are that the interface seems cluttered, and syncing up the timing and the audio with the pictures can be a challenge at times because of all the lagging that occurs. And then I explain my sample project and how it's about Khan Academy, because I want students to be able to know all the benefits of Khan Academy, and I explain why I think every student should have a Khan Academy account. And then I give my ISTE standards that I exhibited, which is the Designer, Learner, and Leader standard. The next tech tool I'm going to go through is Piktochart. So I just explained that it's a free infographic application. Some of the uses of Piktochart include creating graphics that appease visual learners, like infographics, presenting notes in a creative, visually appealing way. Piktochart also offers a way to facilitate creativity in the classroom, user-friendly technology, and a way to easily incorporate pictures and graphics in the infographic that's created with Piktochart. And some of the weaknesses include the length of the templates and how they seem excessively long and unnecessary at times, and the interface seems cluttered whenever you try to use it. What's shown here is my sample project for the infographic I created using Piktochart, which I made mine about the digital divide in education, and how in the presentation itself acknowledges the technology education disadvantages that poor students have and the ways in which we can level the playing field. And again, I list my ISTE standards, which are designer, learner, and leader, that I exhibited while using Piktochart as a tech tool. The next tech tool I'm going to go over is KWAH, which is a free QR code generator. Some of the uses of KWAH in the classroom include creating QR code activities, providing QR codes on homework assignments that lead to supplemental resources and information for the students to use. Some of the strengths of KWAH include the ability to save and edit dynamic QR codes and the ability to add designs to dynamic QR codes. And in general, it offers a very quick way to create QR codes in general. Some of the weaknesses include only being able to create 5 dynamic QR codes for free and not being able to save or edit static QR codes. And I have a file listed here for my sample project, which is a PowerPoint lesson that the students can go through. And at the end of the lesson, there's a QR code activity where students can pick from 1 to 5 QR codes and then use the information from the QR code to write 5 facts they learned from the source. And then again, I have my ISTE standards listed, which is designer, learner, and leader. The last tech tool I'm going to go over is Kahoot. And I just explained that Kahoot's a free game-based classroom response system that can be used to create quizzes, discussions, and surveys. Some of the uses of Kahoot in the classroom include playing review games and creating quizzes for students. And it also provides students an outlet to rate the class. Some of the strengths of Kahoot include detailed reports of all student progress, the ability to see everyone's individual responses. It's user-friendly, and it's easy to incorporate pictures into the Kahoots. The weaknesses include that there's no ability to turn off the time function, so students who don't work well under time-based constraints will struggle during these activities. And there's no ability to change the font or color of the text, so the format itself cannot be individualized. Here I have a link to my Kahoot survey, which is about the technology usage of my students and how it affects them. The survey asks questions regarding the amount of time spent on technology and familiarity/expertise levels of technology for an individual. And again, I include my ISTE standards that I exhibited while creating this survey, which is designer, learner, and leader. My last section of my website is an About Me page where I introduce myself and I explain what I do and who I am. And I also explain my goals in the classroom, which is that I want all my students to have a walking knowledge of basic chemistry and physics principles. And I also strive to get each of my students to learn and perform to their fullest potential. At the very bottom, I include my contact information, which is my email account, so that if any students or parents have any questions, they can contact me immediately and be able to access me at any time. And that's my website. Thank you for listening.